From a super secret location deep within the mountains of Colorado, it's time to strap up, strap in, or strap on with your host, Shenanigans in One Shot. It's From the Ashes Radio!
Oh my goodness. Welcome to From the Ashes Radio on About Face Media, ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Sugar Riches? How you doing?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. It's been an exciting 10 minutes. We had a little bit of security breach, but our security took care of it. Knocked them down. You can't get inside the wire here, even if you are a cute, cuddly woodland creature. Oh, what's up? Did the White Sox piss you off enough? Okay, all right. Even if you are a cute, cuddly woodland creature, you are not getting inside the water. This location, it just ain't happening, folks. So, but welcome to From the Ashes on About Face Media. It is going to be one hell of a show. We have Mental Joe Apparel on the show, and you think we're going to talk about clothing. We are, a little bit.
We're going to talk about that other thing. I love being devil's advocate in it. I've always been kind of suspect on it.
But yeah, I'll bet we're talking about a lot more
amazing stuff.
And I love when other guests send people our way and are like, "You gotta talk to this dude." So, but yeah,
I went on the website too.
I'll bet you did. I love when you stalk.
Oh.
Evening Boys reminder: this is all for all the minions to share, like, and comment. Well, thanks, Robert. We really appreciate. We're glad you're here, Dr. Garcia. What's up, man? Glad you're here. Jimmy McCullough, the Rucker, glad you're here. Jimmy Davis is here. Jimmy, this is a good one for you to be here for. Good one. It's a real good one. Yeah, hoping that a couple other good friends tune in. So, but yeah, it's been a hell of a week. Oof, my goodness. I'm okay.
You don't sound okay.
I'm okay. I mean, I got a resting heart right now of 194. I mean, what do you want, man? I mean, I went sprinting across that open field for a hot second. Hey dudes in knee-deep snow down there.
There's dude down there too.
Yeah, exactly.
A lot of dudes down there. Jesus.
And I'm like, "Hey man, you need me to carry anything back up the hill?" And he's like, "Can you carry this?" And I was like,
"Give you a quarter."
He gave me a hunk of meat, and he's like, "Carry this." It's exactly what happened. Go Bills. Although you did, hey. So normally I'm not this guy. I'm not. First of all, thank you, Craig Stackwitz. Glad you are here. Craig Stack, for those that don't know, sends us a lot of great articles that we share on our Facebook, all the good stuff that we share on social media. He is a huge advocate for the show, all kinds of good stuff. New VA secretary, we did see that. Did you see that?
I did, and I haven't looked that one up yet. I didn't even look at the name. It could have literally said Robert Shenanigans Williams, and I wouldn't have even known.
He is
Was it you?
It is not me. I have not gotten my phone.
I know that the radio station nominated me for some stupid reason.
Yeah, well, yes, we did, of course. Well, I mean, you're the best man for the job.
Mental asylum.
What are you talking about?
Mental asylum.
But
homeless living for veterans.
The Buffalo Bills knocked off the Kansas City Chiefs. So I'm going to give mad props to the Buffalo Bills as well, because I hate the Kansas City Chiefs more than I dislike the Buffalo Bills. So, but yes, he is an Air Force prior service. What does it say? VA going nice Air Force stuff. Yeah, he's a prior service chaplain.
Really?
The guy who's taking over as secretary of the VA is a prior service Air Force chaplain. He was a body dropper first.
He was a body dropper.
Mm-hmm.
Bravo.
I don't know, not exactly, but he ended up retiring as an Air Force chaplain, colonel, Air Force colonel. So he was.
Did you ever have a badass?
Yes, yes.
Like I literally only
retired 11B Ranger bat.
Yeah, that's all I had.
That's it.
Every fucking one. Okay, I had one chaplain that wasn't 11 Bravo and he was 11 Charlie.
Yeah, yes.
Like legit, every single one of them, dude. And like, what was the best is one of them was I've been combat before.
Mhm.
In my unit, it wasn't yet. Hadn't been yet, basically, or this is for those.
So, go ahead.
There were at one time units in the military that hadn't been deployed yet.
Yes, I know,
For a
right?
very
Yeah.
long time. So you would go there and like, you would see 1 or 2 units, or now like you see 1 or 2 new projects in Duck Gallery. So anyway, yeah, we had a chaplain. Great.
So my last 3 years in the Army, as you know, was as a recruiter.
Yes.
The
The
recruiting
best
school.
job in the Army.
They're,
No hours, lay back, civilian clothes, right?
they're atoning for some serious delivery of freedom. That is completely accurate. The recruiting school in the Army was co-located with the chaplain school. So homeboys, just like you're talking about, are walking around, Ranger Brat dudes, long tabbers in chaplain school. Guys that have got like SF long tabs and CIBs, CMBs, all this stuff. And they're like, yeah, now I'm going to chaplain school. I'm going to go I got ordained and now I'm going to be a minister. And you're like, that's fucking awesome, dude. You have like 9, you're the first kid on your block with a confirmed kill and now you found God. That's
One
awesome.
of my sniper buddies. We were never teamed together, but we did we ended up in some ops together. And he was with the unit next to me, but his goal, like from the time he was a private, from the time I first met him, was, I want to be a chaplain. I'm like, dude, why are you a fucking Bravo 4? Like, hunt and kill people, go be a chaplain. So he literally was an operational Bravo 4 for like 4 or 5 years, and I think he ended up switching to chaplain too.
Well, and Stack can confirm this. My first chaplain was a long tabber. Exactly right. Yeah, exactly. Those are the guys. The only thing worse than that, having a chaplain who's a long tabber, is having like a PA who's a former long tabber, because the most unsympathetic motherfuckers you're gonna get.
Oh, dude.
And they're walking around the aid station in like ranger panties and no
I
shirt.
was just talking about this last week, I think, maybe with the wife or something like that. And I was like, I've had one of the greatest doctor experiences in my life. But it was a guy that used to be on the teams, long tab, every scroll tab shit in the planet.
The offline text messages that you get from listeners are the best ones.
I know.
Because that means they don't want them put up on air. Jimmy Davis, I got your text. Those are the best ones. Please don't put this on the air. What were you saying? I'm sorry, I interrupted you guys.
Oh, PA,
yeah.
unsympathetic, but yeah, I had some old teams guy, and then he was a lieutenant. PA, shitty little fucking
Started first class before master sergeant.
Oh, probably.
Yeah. What does Stack say here? Fact, my mentor PA was long tabber in Iraq, had no love for bullshit at the FSB. Exactly. See, that's exactly what we're talking about. Dude, Pentagon. Since we're talking about combat, Carl. What is that? 7? Count them 7.
Dude, stop. We were not just talking about combat, Carl. We were talking about fucking badasses, and we switched to the fucking the lollipop of fucking combat, Carl.
But so the Pentagon can't pass a financial audit.
No.
But what branch of service did? Your United States Marine Corps passed the financial audit. The only branch that did. Sorry, Marines. I take back at least one of the Marine Corps jokes I've made. That's funny as shit, though. Because it was 3 rocks. That was their budget. It's 3 rocks.
They don't have a budget. They just get our leftover shit.
Garcia's like, get the fuck out of here.
I don't even know what to say. It's like, what do you?
It can't be hard. The budget. It's like $60. You're exactly right. They've got all the old, they're still got M16A2s. They don't have any tanks anymore. What do they have to count?
They had tanks.
They used to have tanks. They don't anymore. They're saying they're getting them back now.
They used to have snipers.
They don't have scout snipers anymore. Wow, dude. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, all of a sudden the comments are just going to start blowing up right now. Gunny Sergeant Highway was in charge of that sharp pencil. what? They don't have scout snipers anymore. So what have they got to
It's
do?
okay.
for
They
it?
weren't as good as ours anyway.
Wow, our listeners just dropped by half. That's so weird. We went from 2 to 1.
Oh, look, going through the gasoline, this is a forest fire.
Wow, man, that's harsh, dude. I like it. Well, they don't have snipers anymore, so what's the point? What's there to count?
Hey, remember when we had security? They're no longer with us.
Is he a
I'm
Marine?
joking.
Oh, I'll say, is he a Marine? That'd be awesome. Is he a Marine?
Yeah.
That's even better. I hope you're listening down there. I didn't know that. No
I didn't
shit.
think about that. He's a good old Navy boy.
Oh, no shit. That's even better. I gotta love it. Sunshine Room is watching. Hey, I love when you guys from WTF listen to us. Thank you. Sunshine Room, welcome to the show. I'm glad you're here. So that's funny as fuck, dude. Oh, my goodness.
So they failed some audits, 7 in a row.
7.
Let's get off the jokes. The joke should be we shouldn't deter from the big issue.
No
Clearly,
shit.
we have some financial problems.
What the fuck, man? Can you imagine? 7 audits in a row, and they just can't find the money. But that's about to change, though. Holy shit, is that about to change? They don't know about the hammer that's about to come down. Shit's about to get ugly.
Do you think so?
In the Puzzle Palace, in the Octagon? Yeah. You don't think so? You don't think
I think
you don't think some hammers are about to come down?
I'm telling you what, I've never seen such a group of gritty, hard-nosed, like no gray area kind of people that keep popping up and being put in positions that need help.
That's well worded. Look at you. You're a little bit of a poet right there. Yeah. Some shit's about to get silly.
Yeah.
Some shit's about to get
I
silly.
don't want to get my hopes up.
Oh, no?
No,
My hopes are way up. What are you talking about?
I don't want to get my hopes up.
My hopes are way up.
Um,
Tulsi? Come on now. My hopes are way up. My hopes are all the way up.
I hope she ends up being president one day.
You think?
I think so. I think that I don't know what. I don't know for sure. I said one day. I didn't say tomorrow.
I can't see that.
I think she goes into the president.
I'd be surprised if she is. I don't know. Damn contracting people. Jimmy Davis. That's awesome. Dudes are still getting bills for missing NVGs from Desert Storm. It's BS. Well, hey, you're not far off at all, actually. You're not far off at all, Robert Garcia.
That's why crazy people like me keep my fucking CIF records. I just sent you that like a week ago.
You did.
I was going through. Look,
You
I was
did.
on this thing a week ago with the VA, and I was going through my I Love Me book. Okay, got to have one of those around. And then I had to get a little deeper in the I Love Me book, so I went into the shoebox.
The Swiss is listening. What's up, Swiss?
Yep, got my CIF clear.
That's probably a good call on your part. You're exactly right. If they
I'm not
start having
putting it down. Every time I've cleared a CIF or a supply room, I have kept my paperwork. It's all together. I still have it.
if they start having to pass audits, a whole bunch of veterans would be like, start getting letters in the mail. Hey, you owe us a pair of fucking brown socks.
Yeah.
You're not far off at all. Oh, you want to audit us and you want us to pass? No problem. Hey, you owe us 3 brown t-shirts.
Yeah.
By the way, those are $300 t-shirts each.
Yeah.
We should probably
Not
shut the
this guy.
fuck up.
Clear. Hey, no. I want them to know who to come after. Not me. I kept my paperwork.
Yeah, you're
Go
not.
after that guy.
Yeah, you are not far off. You're exactly right. I didn't even think of that perspective. You're right. I should probably shut the fuck up right about.
I'm gonna keep
I
going.
got 2 top boxes.
No,
in
it's
the garage.
okay.
I should shut up.
Swap names. Some old ass crinkly. That paper, bro. That is paper from a different age.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. We're
What do
getting
you?
older.
No, I gave all that shit to my good friend Joel Hunt. No, he said he's got it, got control of it. No, he's got it for me. No, yeah, you should definitely ask him about it. I don't know. Sorry, I can't help. All right. Let's bring on Mental Joe because I wanted to talk to this guy for a while. What's up, Chad?
Hell yeah.
You are a handsome young man. What is it?
What's up, gentlemen? Can you hear me? You got me?
You have the voice of a fucking lark. What's up, dude?
Not much, man. What's going on, guys?
We are so glad that you are here. And if Berserker Built is vouching for you, then you know it's a good time. Exactly. Look at you.
My dude. Tim's my dude.
Our second favorite interview of all time, right after Freedom Balls, just because they have a way cooler name.
Okay. All right. That's, Freedom Balls. You can't run away from that. I get that. I understand that.
We love Jen from Freedom Balls. So yeah, folks, if you haven't kept up for the month of November and December, all we do is veteran-owned businesses. That's all we do. So that you can. What the hell was that noise? Someone's getting laid behind you, aren't they?
That's probably kids screaming.
That's awesome. Good for. Oh, well, no. That's not nearly as cool.
We don't bring him around for his appropriateness.
Yeah.
I apologize.
Somebody's having a great party at your place, dude.
Yeah, I think they're putting up the Christmas tree right now.
Oh, all right. We'll make this quick now. If you're missing the Christmas tree,
No, it's all good. They know. It was scheduled. We're good. We're good, man. It's all good.
We don't want to cut into family time. What do you call it? All right. So yeah, folks, we are doing for November and December is we are highlighting veteran-owned businesses. If you know veteran-owned businesses, I got a couple of slots left, like one or two. If you know a veteran-owned business that needs some attention and needs some help with their business, send them our way. We will get them some highlights. We will get them some attention, send them our direction. For tonight, we are talking to Mental Joe or Mental Joe Apparel. Chad, how's it going? Tell us about, first, let's start at the beginning. Let's start with your military service.
Yeah, so 10,000-foot version, give it to you quickly. So 96, I ended up graduating high school, and cap and gown weren't even on the ground yet. And I'm off to Fort Benning, Georgia for infantry school. Go through infantry school, get an airborne slot down to 75th Ranger Regiment. It was RIP at the time. Now it's RASP. So I went past RIP, went into 75th Ranger Regiment, actually 2nd Ranger Battalion out in Fort Lewis, Washington. So I was stationed out there. I was a Gustav gunner that was getting ready to go into the sniper section. And we actually did a jump into Spokane Air Force Base, and I burnt in. Ended up burning in, and that's kind of where everything went real south for me. I ended up burning in on a jump and completely destroying my back. And in lieu of destroying my back, it was, you're an operator, you're around a bunch of alpha males, you got to keep up with the pack, right? So ensue the let's chomp on the Ranger candy, and before you know it, that turns into Oxy, and that turns into other pain pills, and now you're drinking, and now you're fighting in the barracks, and lo and behold, shit hit the fan, right? So did not have the career that I wanted to, just didn't have the emotional intelligence, I guess you would say, to push through. And fast forward many, many years, I go through ketamine. And that's kind of how Mental Joe was launched. About 4.5 years ago, almost took my life. Sadly, like a lot of other veterans, are chomping on some kind of a pill, whether it's SSRIs or pain pills, and numbing ourselves out with alcohol. And I was just tired. I was real wore out of the thought processes and the negative bullshit that all goes in our heads. And went in the cuckoo bin for about a week. And the wife found ketamine, and from there ended up doing ketamine therapy. And roughly in that ketamine therapy, roughly my 7th or 8th ketamine therapy session, Mental Joe was kind of created. It was kind of clear as day to, hey, go create an apparel company that talks about non-traditional mental health. And to get real quick about it, psychedelics. I'm a very big advocate. There's a big veteran push. I don't know. It's kind of interesting to see there's more and more veterans, I call it, are sitting on the fence line that are really starting to dive down some of these rabbit holes of, looking at psychedelic therapies and going to different countries to get these, or if not, going to ketamine in different clinics in different states to get the release. So that is where Mental Joe is kind of came in, and it's saved my life. I'm a big proponent of ketamine therapy, especially if it's done right. And I'm a big proponent of psychedelic therapies, hence the mushroom grenade hat that I'm wearing. So we use apparel to kind of start the conversations of non-traditional therapies. And then through that, it kind of helps, with t-shirts and stuff and our hats, it really helps people kind of like lean in and ask about, hey, what's that design about? Or what is that about? Because there's always some kind of hidden meaning within our t-shirt designs to elicit that conversation. So we can have these more open conversations of, hey, what's working, what isn't. We all know how bad the VA is. The VA's got some great people in there, but at the end of the day, it's here's your bag of pills and move on with your bad self, you know? So real quick, I didn't know how much time we have, but that's like the 10,000 foot version real quick to kind of get you from burning in on a jump and chomping on pills to, you know, boom, here we are now. We're talking about apparel and how do we fix our community and get our community healed.
Wow, I like it. That was a good 10,000 foot.
It was, and I like his
That was
summary.
well done.
And our comments are lighting up. So, I mean, people want to hear about it. Every time we get on this subject, our listeners really light up and they really want to hear about it. Let's start at the beginning. Let's start with the ketamine thing. Tell us about the ketamine therapy.
Yeah, so same thing. I'm a Montana kid, you know, so I grew up Dare, the whole 9 yards, you know, cannabis, everything, right? You're a bunch of weirdos, you're, you know, hippies, they suck, right? So, I mean, I didn't know. I was scared. I didn't know what to think of ketamine therapy or what to experience. And I live out here in Phoenix, Arizona. And sadly, I went through probably 6 different clinics, not knowing at the time, you know, how important set and setting, how important integration is, or, you know, talk therapy. You know, I kind of just went into these places and they literally, you know, plug you in and shut the curtain and good luck to you.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Yep.
Shout out to Clarisana.
Clarisana. What's Clarisana?
Clarisana is a ketamine therapy clinic that we are huge advocates for on this show.
Beautiful. We got to talk more about them when we're done. I need more resources as people reach out to us, but
look up Dr. Carl Bonnet. You will not be disappointed, but keep talking, please.
Okay. So yeah, so ended up going in, and through this process, you know, it's been almost 5 years. You know, I went from anywhere from when I got released from the Cuckoo Bin, I was on 150 milligrams of Effexor plus 2 or 3 other things. And when they kind of kicked me out, they said, you know, essentially good luck. As you guys know, there's a massive loophole in the mental health system where people just don't circle back around and check on you. And so going through this and coming out with all extra meds, you know, I freaking told the wife, you know, hey, there's got to be a way for us to come off this stuff. So use ketamine, you know, they blast you. Most clinics blast you up front with the 6-part ketamine, you know, and then from there, you kind of use it as ongoing. And as I got more and more in tune with my body and my awareness of where I was at and how I'm feeling and where I get angry and where the attention gets held, I started kind of journaling and realizing, okay, like I was doing ketamine roughly every 30 to 45 days, right, in the beginning. And that was when I was still on a bunch of meds. And then slowly started coming off this stuff. And then it got to a point where I was doing ketamine like every quarter, right, like every 90 days. So then I was realizing, okay, like it's setting a Control-Alt-Delete in the brain for me to kind of slow me down and deal with life in a different manner, to where now I'm using ketamine maybe every 8 months to kind of give me a nice reset, you know. And through that, I've gone through, you know, psilocybin, which is magic mushroom ceremonies. I've gone through that. I've done MDMA, which a lot of people know in the street is ecstasy. And it literally saved me and my wife's marriage. And so that is why I'm such a big proponent of this stuff. And then more or less talking about it with the apparel to bring people in so they understand the science that's tied to this stuff. And
so
you know,
I'm going to slow you down just a little bit, Chad, because there might be some listeners that are like, does this dude go to raves and like just throw pills down his throat? Yeah, they're not clear on what you're getting. So clarify a little bit for some. We know what you're talking about. Some of our listeners might not be completely clear on what you're getting. So,
yeah, so MDMA was actually used in the late 60s, early 70s for couples therapy, believe it or not. It was something that was used for that very specific reason, right? As you said, it got released into the atmosphere, and it turned into the hippie, you know, essentially tune in, tune out kind of a deal. And then you had the whole psychedelic scheduling of now all these things are a Schedule 1. But long story short, we went into a therapy session where they gave MDMA, ecstasy, to me and my wife. And then we sat through and, did body scans and did breath work and things of that nature. And then we were able to like talk about the hard things, my suicide night, or things that I created throughout our marriage where, I created a lot of trauma for my wife. And, she would always essentially walking on eggshells because she didn't know if I was going to blow up again or not. Right. So these things, if done in the right set and setting, man, it is a game changer. As you guys know, I look at life completely different. I'm a different human being. I'm a different father. I'm a different friend. And so the advocacy for this stuff is be done in a safe set and setting and not going out to the raves, right? And popping this stuff and fist pumping and just using it as a drug. Like, I understand that group of people. That's fine. Yeah.
GTL, baby.
That's it. I mean, it's right. Like, do your thing. Like, I get it. As long as you're doing it safe, you're not harming anybody else.
Right.
Okay.
But that's not what we're talking about.
That's not what we're talking
I've
about.
always, and Rob knows this, I've always been kind of the grouchy old dude. It's like, come on, man. Come on. Just want to get fucked.
Also true, but that's not what we're talking about.
But it's really, I mean, the numbers of people that we've had just on this show that have talked about the therapeutic, amazing results is just, it's incredible.
Saving marriages, saving lives.
Yeah, it's profound, and you can see it throughout our community that people that are wanting to talk about this stuff, right? It's finally, I think the veil has kind of lifted, and people are tired of the pill popping and slamming the bottle of JD to numb ourselves out, because we all know SSRIs don't work. At the end of the day, there's plenty of studies out there that show it, and they just numb you out. There's no feelings. We all have lived in that life. I lived in that, what I call the gray area, for 20 years, where I didn't even cry. I didn't understand the terminology of what love even meant. And now I understand what feelings are, and being connected to my wife, and being connected to my boys and other family members, because I was open and willing to, face my shit head on and see what I got to do to take care of it. But yeah, it's all about set and setting. It's all about doing it right. And that's one thing we try to do at Mental Joe, is where we try to curate, and we have a resource tab on our website where there's articles and podcasts, and there's retreats. And a lot of the retreats that we have on our website are those of veterans. We've got a No Fallen Heroes. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Wiz, but Wiz is he's a Top Gun graduate, flew Hornets for 18 years. And this guy's got retreats in Colorado and Oregon and Costa Rica that he takes veterans and first responders to go do these medicines. Right. So you're seeing a lot more of this veteran community come together and really advocate for this stuff. And they're advocating for it on, federal levels and state levels to get this stuff passed through legislation so we can study these things in a different manner.
Tell us about Mental Joe apparel. Tell us about some of your shirts are amazing, dude. I love some of the stuff I'm seeing. You guys have some quality stuff. I love the hat.
Thank you.
Some of the t-shirts are absolutely rock. I love the paratroopers with the mushrooms as parachutes. Far and away one of my favorite shirts. I'll be ordering it pretty soon here for Christmas for a couple of friends that have earned them. So I love it.
I appreciate that. Yeah. So each design it kind of comes from my little knucklehead brain. And then I had a graphic designer that'll tighten everything up and vector file it out for me so we can print everything. But there's always some kind of a story. And the quick story to even the mushroom one is, like I told you guys earlier on, I burnt in on a jump. But what got me out of all my SSRIs and all my pain meds was, in fact, it was last week, could be 2 years that I've been clean off of all pharmaceuticals. And how that happened.
Wow. Hold on now. Stop. We're going to ratchet back for just a second. I'm going to need you to say that all over again, because a couple of listeners are going to be like, what did that dude just say?
Yep. So it'll be last week. Last week, it'll be 2 years. I've been off of all SSRIs, all pharmaceutical meds. Thank you. And the drinking has come to almost a complete halt. I used to be a big whiskey beer drinker. Now, I might have a whiskey with a, nice steak with the wife at a nice restaurant. But other than that, I don't want it. I don't need it. I look at alcohol as almost a setback now of where I'm going. But yeah, I've been off all that crap now for 2 years. And prior to that, I was on some kind of pharmaceutical or some kind of SSRI or some kind of bullshit for at least 20 years. The tie-in to that shirt is when I went and did a magic mushroom psilocybin journey with a therapist. The only thing I saw for 6 hours was a white pill bottle that came in, it dumped itself out and then just faded away. And that's all I saw for 6 hours. Like, I was thinking I was going to see demons and dragons and all this wild stuff, right? And all I saw was a pill bottle. And then that next morning, had a cup of coffee with my therapist, and he was like, dude, that's a huge breakthrough. What medicine is telling you is you don't need these pills anymore. And so that next morning, I came home and grabbed all the pills I had and flushed them down and crushed the bottles and called it a day. And ever since then, I haven't touched any of it. And I'm in a place where now I can hold that space for myself and realize that there are ebbs and flows to life. And when you have a shit day or a shit week, realize that, and it's okay. Sit with that, man. It's all right. We're going to have bad days, but at the end of the day, it's not a bad life, right? So we just have to change our thought pattern and everything on that. But to that shirt design, that's what that shirt ties in. It ties in where I burnt in, and that's when I got on all the pain pills. And then obviously the parachute of the mushrooms is what got me off everything and gave me clarity. So always try to kind of have a hidden design story behind every design that we have on our shirts.
So clearly our listeners are going to want to support this for the Christmas holiday. They're going to want to order your stuff. Hey, you got any discounts going on for the Christmas holiday? How late can people order stuff? Tell us about the company. How late can people order stuff? Tell us about something like that.
Yeah, so we're super simple. It's mentaljoe.com. We are going to have a Black Friday sale that will be kicking out here shortly. Again, we're a mom and pop. It's literally me and the wife behind the scenes trying to do all this stuff. I always tell people, give yourself at least 2 weeks. So if you're trying to order stuff for Christmas, give yourself a little bit of a leeway there so we can get it to you on time for that Christmas holiday. But yeah, at the end of the day, as we grow, we want to be profit for a purpose. The whole goal is to use the apparel to, start conversations, create a community. But as we become profitable, we want to turn that profit over and be able to be a stopgap for those veterans, first responders, and average Joes that can't afford this stuff, and be able to, give them a grant or a scholarship or pay for them to go through these medicine retreats that people are holding all over the world, and now right here in the United States.
My text messages are exploding right this second from people who don't want their comments put on air. So you're getting a lot of support, man.
Beautiful. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. Thank you, everybody listening. But yeah, it's I've never had a clear vision or a passion of what I want to do, but I literally want to be the grunt style of this mental health resurgence and let veterans know that, hey man, there's another way to live.
We've had Grunt Style on this show. Hey man, don't worry about them. Don't worry about Grunt Style. You're going to be Mental Joe. Don't you worry. You're going to be.
That's it, man. So it's just, I want our community and like I said, the average Joes and the first responders out there to realize, like, there's, we can talk about this stuff. You can still be that alpha male that you want to be, but it's kind of that warrior in the garden approach, right? You can still be that warrior, but sometimes it's okay to leave the sword in the sheath.
Well, I love that.
I know. Don't you?
It's one of my favorite things to say all the time.
Oh, God,
delightful.
I love our guests sometimes. They just hit me on the head. Fuck, man. God,
each one of these guys that come on, they'll talk about these sort of things, like help bridge the gap from those grouchy old guys like me. And I'm like, I just want to see fucking Papa Smurf. If you want to see Papa Smurf, just say you want to go see Papa fucking Smurf. But just like the person after person after person that comes forward, just crushed this, something through this, something through that. It's incredible.
I know, right? I love it. Hey, man, Chad, family's decorating the Christmas tree. I don't want you missing out on that. It's
all good
moment. It's not. I want to be respectful of your time. I'm going to hand you off to my hetero life mate over here. He's going to give you all the outgoing instructions.
Last 2 minutes of your time with us is your time. We'll try not to interrupt too awful much. We'll try not to watch the clock too much on you. Remind us of your handles. Remind us how to get a hold of you. Anything that we breezed over, glossed over, you got a chance to say it now. Go.
Yeah, you got it, guys. Yeah, so real easy. We're mentaljoeapparel.com. We are at Mental Joe Apparel on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. Instagram is probably our biggest following right now. Again, we started this 2 years ago, just me and the wife. So we're learning through all the organic BS of how to ramp up. But like I said, mentaljoe.com, our stories on there. If you have questions or thought patterns, please reach out. Like, we've got enough resources where we're actually connecting people to different ketamine clinics across the nation. We're connecting people to different retreats. And so that's where we can assist people with this stuff. Even when it comes down to microdosing, we have coaches that we can connect people to that are interested in microdosing to help them come off of those, pharmaceuticals and stuff. So super simple, mentaljoe.com. Come check us out. Hit us up in that contact field if you want to connect. And we take calls constantly. That's the other side of Mental Joe people don't realize. I have several calls throughout the week that I talk with first responders or veterans or your average Joes to kind of help them understand this stuff a little bit more. So there is a whole other side to this advocacy thing that we're trying to do.
You ever do a collaboration?
We do. Yeah, we did a collaboration with Tim Moore at Berserker Built. We did a collaboration with No Fallen Heroes. We did several different collaborations, even with Ryan Malone of the Malone Foundation, who is a Pittsburgh Penguin Hall of Famer. So yes, we do quite a few collaborations.
I see a From the Ashes collaboration in the very near future sometime soon.
Let's do it, man. Happy to do it with you.
Yeah, some good stuff on the horizon. I like where your head is. Ladies and gentlemen, we have been talking with Chad with Mental Joe Apparel, but we have not been talking about clothes. Go to his website. Go check out that stuff. Go check him out on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff. Christmas is coming. Order from Mental Joe Apparel. You're supporting a great cause. You will be the only kid on your block with a Mental Joe t-shirt or hat. Order this stuff. Give it to your friends and family. Explain what the cause is for. When that person unwraps that present on Christmas Day, tell them why you got it for them and explain what the cause is for. Tell them that you're saving veteran lives. Chad, I can't thank you enough for taking time away from your family on a Monday night while they're decorating the Christmas tree. Go hang some balls on the tree. If you have not already, Chad, go check out Freedom Balls. Go order a couple of things from Freedom Balls to put on that tree. Go order a couple of Christmas presents from them. And hand them out. Jen would really appreciate it. And I'll bet you she'll return the favor from Mental Joe Apparel.
Freedom Balls it is. Here I come. Coming in hot.
Why does it got to sound so dirty when anyone
I love it though. Freedom Balls. Let's roll.
It sounds dirty no matter who says it.
I love it. Chad, I can't thank you enough for taking time away from your Monday night. Thanks a lot.
Appreciate you guys. Thanks for having me, guys.
Holidays, sir. Have a
Merry Christmas, man. Thanks for being a part
You
of it.
got it. Thanks, guys.
Bye. What an amazing organization. That's good shit. Are we starting to like turn your dial just a little bit?
What do you mean?
On this whole, like, the psychedelics and things like that.
Look, I'm not hating on you.
No, I know. I know you're not. I know you're open-minded.
I've always been, but that one is one of the ones I'll go in slower.
So again, I repeat my question. Are we starting to
We're
turn
being
the
on the
dial?
tip. Well, no, I don't have one person that has a negative story.
Okay.
I only have positive stories.
Mhm.
One right after another, nonstop. So
I'm sure there are negative stories out there.
I'm not saying there's not. I'm just saying I've gotten too many good ones, no bad ones.
It's So, and I, when I did mushrooms when I was in high school, it's not like that. I've thrown the mushrooms on pizza and fucking thrown it down your throat, but
I've never done a psychedelic for pure fun in my life.
Look, man, I am not your top secret investigator anymore. Okay? You've already had the security clearance. It's already gone. You're good. But yeah, it's not the same thing anymore.
No, I realize that.
And to hear his story about ketamine, like fucking they give it to you and close the curtain. Ooh,
Yeah.
that's some scary shit right there. Good Lord.
I don't know.
I'm not my jam.
Again, I'm not judging anybody for it. Just the way that they've been using it for therapeutic purposes. Just, I was definitely easing my way into that. Also, it kind of freaks me out a little bit. Like adding those things to just fun, happy things, and a lot of times doing therapy, working through stuff is not always happy things that we're working through. So that's kind of like a, I don't know if that's something we've been right.
No, it is not.
See what I mean? So
It is not. It is not always. Yeah, you're gonna have to face some shit head on, and it's not always pleasant. You're exactly right. And some people, like you're talking about, some people are not prepared and not ready for that shit. So you're
Right.
You're right. Well, and for some people, yeah, the alcohol and all that other shit is probably just easier at this point. So
Yeah.
you're exactly right. I get you, man.
Well, it's not just easier, it's programmed into us that that's okay.
Mhm. Yeah.
See,
it's
like,
culture.
like just like me looking at mushrooms and things like that differently,
Mhm.
right? It's just a cultural thing. It's a generational thing.
Mhm.
I'm not judging doing it. When people are, oh, I'm gonna do that with a doctor, I'm like, dude, you just want to get fucked.
And I'm sure there is an element of that.
There's an element to that, yeah. But there's also there's just time after time too many stories of it doing so many other things. And you know, at one point in time, we medicated with alcohol for just about everything.
Mhm. You are exactly right.
I mean, it wasn't that long ago there was those wagons,
Our security is here.
right?
Agreed. Agree completely. I feel like we should get this guy a microphone somehow. He says no. You are the cleanest security I have ever seen. I would be covered in fucking goo by the time I walk down here, man. but yeah. Are you a Marine?
Yeah. I told you he's in the Navy.
I did not realize that. I did not know that about him. Good to know. Checks a lot of blocks. I understand it now.
Mhm.
Checks it out. But yeah. But whatever, man. Well. Yeah, man, no problem.
Cannons or anything you want to meet?
You know he does. You know.
Let's shut later.
I love you guys.
I love you more.
Sorry.
Damn, he's clean. Why is he so clean? I always look like I fucking,
A mess.
yeah, I look like I fucking slaughtered a village or something when I'm done. God, he's good at what he does. Hey, folks, I'm gonna bust into and I don't know, you can. I'm glad you're here for it, but I'm gonna bust into Never Forgotten a little early tonight. Because again, we gotta make room for
Refuge joint.
yeah, I know. We're coming up on an anniversary, so yeah, I'm gonna bust into it a little bit early tonight and talk about something kind of important. On November 21st of 2011, and I'll probably get a little verklempt as we talk this one through, folks, so I apologize in advance. On November 21st of 2011, excuse me, Sergeant Jason Matus took his own life, and he and I flew together in the 571st Medevac in Iraq. He and I talked a lot. We talked often after our deployment in 2003, 2004. The only thing he ever talked about, or often talked about, was those that he could not save, those that he could not, those that he lost as a medic. He was a flight medic with me in the 571st Medevac. And for all you medics listening, not just military medics, you firefighters, cops, paramedics, all you folks that work in the industry, I understand that you're hunted by those that you could not save and help. And I get it. I'm there myself. I was a paramedic for 26 years. We need to stop beating ourselves up about those things. There were thousands of lives that Jason Matus affected. There are thousands of soldiers and their families and their children that are home right now getting ready for Thanksgiving and Christmas because of the actions that that man took. But those are not the names that he remembered, and those are not the faces that stuck with him. He was haunted by the ghosts of those that he could not save. And all you folks out there that are working hard to save lives, you need to stop beating yourselves up about those folks. Think of the folks that are home with their families, because I'll bet you that number is a lot bigger, that are home with their families, home having dinner, are home for Christmas, are home for Thanksgiving, birthdays, because of the things that you did and the lives that you saved. Start thinking about those folks. Stop thinking about the ones that you couldn't. And ladies and gentlemen, as you start putting your hands together and you say your prayers and you sitting down to dinner with your family tonight, saying your prayers, remember Faye Matus, remember Charlotte Oaks, remember Jason's sister, and think of his family since he's no longer with us. And remember those families of the people that he did save and those people whose lives he did affect. Yes, those that we as medics do not save. It's catastrophic and it's tragic, but sometimes that's not in our hands. So, keep that shit in mind. So that's all I have to say on the subject. But yeah, that's our never forgotten tonight. Please remember Sergeant Jason Haymanis. So, but yeah.
Good job, dude. You did good on that.
Yeah, I kind of held it together better than I thought it was.
You did.
It was a little touch and go for a hot second there. What do you got for the safety brief for tonight?
Oh, Jesus.
He's not here.
I was listening to that. You go
So-
first.
I got nothing right this second, man. I turned to you because
I was listening.
that's it's tough, man. That is what
This brings up a lot
you
of
remember your
things.
medics. That's not what
We
tears them up.
all have something that tears you up.
Mm-hmm.
Like I really, even now, I'm like, I hunted more deployments and I'm mad about the ones I didn't get.
Yep.
I still got deployed.
Mm-hmm.
It
Yep.
wouldn't have mattered if the number was 27. It was like, oh man, 28. The fuck?
Yeah, I know.
It does. You know what I mean?
Why does our headlight work that
It
way?
legitimately is. And I think everybody has tiers to it, but everybody has it. And it's more like the way you deal with it and how much do you allow it to affect you.
Why does our head?
Because you
work
can't say
so
not at
fucked
all.
up?
Because if you said not at all, it would never have been a subject if it didn't affect you at all. Right? So no matter what, it affected you at some level.
Yeah. It doesn't.
But it is not how we do it. Tear ourselves up over all sorts of stuff. But
It doesn't make sense.
fuck, we are every moment of our actual job is life or death.
Mm-hmm.
That's just
Training.
the putting holes and patching holes.
Yep.
Fucking life or death.
Yep.
Every moment of actual job.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everything else is getting ready for actual job. Actual job. So every fucking thing is that important.
From
Right.
Everything.
So we stress that, and that's why we don't fall underneath, or we shouldn't be falling underneath all those fucking protected things that civilian employees have.
Mhm.
We're screamed at, we're yelled at. Things are really fucking important.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't handle somebody fucking yelling at you, you can't handle a sucking fucking chest,
Mm-hmm.
right?
You're exactly right.
So the way of life is different. The mentality is different.
And we seek that.
And we seek that, and then we continue to seek it. But it really does make us always be, what did I do more? What can I do more? Constantly, what did I miss? What did I miss? All the fucking time.
Literally all the time.
All the time.
Even afterwards. And it's hard to start shutting that off.
Yeah,
That's why things like jujitsu are so damn important.
helps. But then they're like, dude, the next generation, no, they don't got it. We got it. Let us go back. You know what? Here, let us just go help out. You guys stay on the back of it. You're the backup. Let us still play it,
Jamie.
We're still running shit. We're still the starters, and that never goes away. I
Yeah,
don't think, maybe not.
at least not in our heads.
I'm not talking some old timers, bro.
And they'll go, you say the word, and they will strap that shit up. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. All those fucking, the Vietnam vets, the Korean vets, you say the word. I mean, what was it? Stupid ass movie.
You know how long they've been being haunted in their head? They missed something.
Mhm.
They couldn't do something, or they didn't get to get that other one. or that next one, or one more.
What was that stupid movie where the Navy fought the aliens and it had like the fucking black singer chick in it?
What the fuck are you talking about?
Uh,
You watch some weird shit.
I do. I
You know
forget the
that?
name of the movie.
Weird shit.
And they like pulled a museum Navy ship out of mothballs, and they went and they kicked the shit out of the aliens. And like it was all the old 80s like fucking World War II Korean vets that were on the ship, and they're like, "Say when? Let's do this shit."
I watched Gladiator last night.
The new one?
No.
The old one? The good one?
The new one's not out yet, is it?
I hope not. I'm not.
Yeah,
gonna see
that's
it.
why. Like it kept.
What a great
popping up, and
fucking
I was
movie.
like, I know the old ones, the originals, are gonna start popping up because the new one's gonna be coming out. I'm gonna go ahead and watch it. I felt like it was my duty. Like they marketed me in.
Junior just said Battleship with the fucking.
Oh my god, what are you talking about?
Yeah,
Like,
and the old guys like fucking kick the shit out of the aliens. And
If I
you're
remember
exact, and they're like,
correctly-
"Fuck yeah, put me in, coach."
If I remember correctly, that was oh
It was a
my
horrible movie.
god! Didn't they like take the battleship?
Yes.
Like the fucking museum and the old guys like had the mops.
Yeah, and they're like, "Fuck yeah, coach, put me in."
Gee, they were like AFI's fucking employees.
They were, and you're exactly
Motherfuckers
right.
with the trinket store. What the hell is the matter with you? Oh man.
But it just proves your example. Put me in. Fuck yeah, I'm ready. And they were not. Rihanna,
Oh,
that's it.
God.
Thanks, Junior. But yeah, you're exactly. Yeah.
Fucking Junior,
But
this guy.
yeah, I mean, yeah, Jimmy Davis. He's listening right now. I guarantee you say the word. Hey man, time strapping on. Home. Yeah, absolutely. Let's
Dude.
go do this.
You have a Jimmy Davis. You know what's funny? I have one of the medics. I don't mind saying because he did public talk and posted some stuff about us getting blown up. One of the medics that was in my first unit that like took care of me when I got blown up was Timothy Hobbs.
No shit.
I'm in my next fucking unit. This infantry guy next to me, I'm buddies with Timothy fucking Hobbs. Fucks me up all the time, dude. It's like two completely different units. They're like, you're Jimmy Jones. I'm like, me too.
Yeah, I think everybody has got a Jimmy Davis. But yeah, you're right.
I'm Jimmy
But
Davis.
this mine was the correct one. Everybody else's Jimmy Davis sucked. He was a major. We were specialists together, and he went and became a major.
I have some friends that ended up with rank on their collar. I'm like, this is insanity.
I know.
This is
I
fucking
know.
insanity. Either like we were friends, then we both decided to get in the military, and then I, went one way and they went the other way, and all of a sudden I'm like, you have a what on your? You're an idiot. We allow you to command stuff, and they just laugh.
Wait, you're in charge of some shit now? Yeah.
Dude, bad boys grow into great. Bad boys grow into great men.
He was one. He is one of them. Yes. Yeah, he's fucking chilling like a villain, man. You're
Yeah.
exactly right. But yeah, let's finish this up so we can fucking hand the microphone off to Kendra. But yeah, folks, I need some shit for the safety brief. In the meantime, let's see here. We're coming up. It's November, coming into the month. Next week is fucking.
Yo, if you're a
Thanksgiving.
chick, if you're a turkey, watch your feathers. Tis the season.
Dude, your guard turkey comes up in conversation at our house all the time. Does he
Okay.
know what's coming?
Or you know what's
Are you okay
really
with this?
Fucking funny.
What? Tell me. You're not going to have to chase him at all, are you? You're going to lead him into the kitchen.
No. Oh no, dude, he'll be fine. He's fine. We're not that close, but he does not like other people as much as he likes me.
Yeah, I'm clear on that.
I have a partner in crime through all the processing. I can't wait.
Poor guy. That's so awesome. Yeah, we talked. For those that don't know, I was helping with some fence a couple days ago, and I got a little too close to my fucking hetero life mate here, and a turkey stepped in between us. And he's like, "Fuck no!"
He's funny. bro.
One shot's got a guard turkey. Safety brief: if you find free drugs on a roof, don't tell anyone. I'll tell you after the show.
You don't have to. I've already been in a conversation.
Oh, you heard. That's awesome.
He's like, sorry, I couldn't call you back. I was on the roof grabbing drugs.
That's good shit. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm about to end this thing so that we can let Kendra have the fucking mic here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, so I can't thank you enough for listening to From the Ashes on About Face Media. I'm about to pass the microphone off to Kendra with PTSD and Pageants. Hey, Thanksgiving is next week, right? We got one more show before Thanksgiving. We do. We have one more show. I think next week we have Mangia Coffee on from LA. This chick is a badass, dude. She's going to be awesome. I can't wait for this interview. It's going to be a good one. But in the meantime, have a great rest of your week. Oh, excuse me. Don't get yourself a guard turkey and don't hide drugs on roofs. So, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to From the Ashes on About Face Media. We love all of you. Don't forget to support our sponsors. Oh, yeah, that's the important part. Don't forget to support our sponsors. Go to Thigh Huggers, buy all their shit, use the code
One shot.
Go to Combat Flip Flops. If you didn't hear fucking Griff on the Unsubscribe podcast, he's a badass, man. Check out Unsubscribe. They're fucking awesome. Yeah, go to Combat Flip Flops. Use the code AboutFace. You get 30%. We get a big hunk of that. Love you all. Thanks for listening to the show. Have a great week.